Jim O'Sullivan, Chief Executive of the Highways England. Thanks for joining us here at Highways UK. You're moving towards a customer-focused organisation. How does that change your thinking about the network?
Oh, it changes it fundamentally. We're not just providing the network that people need, but we're trying to understand what people want.
Right.
So you're seeing some of it already. I mean, you're seeing the messages on our VMS signs, our overhead signs change to give more information and less advice. You're seeing it in shorter roadworks. Our latest generation of smart motorway programs will be roughly half the length of roadwork at a time and roughly half the duration.
Right.
And indeed on the M1 we've just shortened the infamous 21 miles of motorway down to 14.
Right, yeah. So, I mean, we heard you talking earlier about guaranteed journey time. I mean, is that a nirvana? Is that possible? Can we get to a situation that you can guarantee someone's car journey?
Well, I'm not sure that you can get to the point where it's guaranteed, but we do recognise that we could do an awful lot more to give accurate journey times.
Right.
For the freight industry in particular, many of their destinations now have a window, and you have to avoid within that window. And arriving early is nearly as much trouble as arriving late.
Yeah.
So what the freight industry in particular has said to us, and the commercial vehicle fleets have said to us is, please, when you put roadwork information out, when you put delay information out, make it accurate.
Yeah. I mean, would we ever get to the situation where you would be actively slowing people down, slowing people's journeys down to try to maximise everybody's journey?
Well, I think it's a possibility, but I think it's not something we would do without understanding if customers wanted it. Because what's good for customers and what customers want sometimes are different things.
Yeah. You're new to the industry. I mean, what's your impression, I suppose, of the supply chain which is working with the Highways England?
I think the first impression, having come out of airports and air transport, which is exciting from the outside and looks exciting from the inside, roads actually don't look very exciting from the outside. Once you get into them, they really are.
Right.
So that's the first thing. The second thing is that actually this sector has huge amounts of expertise and huge amounts of capability. And some of the things that we do are immensely complex.
Yeah. I suppose one of the things you notice about aviation is there seems to be more of a focus on planned asset management. I suppose more of a professionalisation of the asset management, whether it's in the aviation sector or even whether it's in the airport sector. Is that an issue that you're really trying to get to ingrain into the highways sector?
Yes, I think it is. If all of the sectors I've worked in, gas, electricity, water, they've all looked to the aviation sector as the place where asset management is done the best. The roads are no different, so we would certainly aspire to that and move towards it.
And that means technology, building information management, modelling.
Absolutely. The two major areas of IT focus that we have in that end are providing the tools for project management, so that we can manage our projects as a portfolio. If one's running late, one's running early, in the round they're both on time. If one has funds to spare and the other one is short of funds, we can move the funds. So we have to manage these projects as a portfolio. We need portfolio management tools, and likewise asset management. An awful lot of condition data, an awful lot of age data, size data, physical attributes. They all inform you when you do your cost estimates for remedial work.
You talked about what success looked like. Just to finish, I suppose you said it was about when the public gets the network. I mean, explain success to you on this?
Well, I think in that respect, it's not so much when the public get the network as when we get the public and they understand that we get what their issues and problems are.
Yeah.
And it goes back to simple things like accurate journey times, VMS, shorter roadworks. One of the ones that's interesting is noise. We're going to address over 1,000 noise-sensitive sites in the next 5 years with some sort of remediation that makes life slightly better for the communities that are around our roads.
Exciting times in the highways industry at the moment. Jim, thanks for joining us today.
You're very welcome. Thank
Thanks.
you.